Coach, your opening statement?
You know, the start of the game was, we knew they were going to come out after a loss and play with that type of intensity, fire, get the crowd involved. That's what they do. And they, you know, we didn't handle it well. But we were breaking down on ourselves. It wasn't, you know, we've got an experienced team already, but we didn't have that intensity on the defensive end that we needed. And I thought that was the difference in the game, how it started. They set the tone. I think it was down 17-6 after the first media, and then it was 27-11. So we were playing from behind most of the game. In the second half, and we believe it was self-inflicted wounds, right? We transition defense, obviously, early, rejecting ball screens. There were some of those breakdowns. In the second half, I thought we had competed a lot harder. And when I say compete harder, we were playing smarter how we wanted to play. We knew that if we could rebound, because they're so physical, that we could get in transition, and we were able to win that part of the game in the second half. And we cut it to 9, and we cut it to 10, and actually had 6 straight defensive possessions. We just couldn't score. I thought Umar Ballo at the rim really posed a major challenge when we were in those situations. But you know, to play against a top 5 team, a Tommy Lloyd team, and to be down 27 to 11 to start the game on the road after a loss, it's not a great recipe for a win, but we fought. You know, and that's what I was really proud of our guys.
I was going to say, what did you like about your team cutting it down to 9? I think at one point.
We cut to 9, and we had the shot. You know, to cut to 6. So, you know, it happens. But when you play, you almost have to play perfect. I mean, we were holding them in 30% on the defensive end for a long period of time. Our goal was to hold them under 80 points. They had 72 with 5:36 left. We felt like, gosh, a lot of guys, they let bad offense affect the defense. And we just, a rebound here, a Caleb above 3 there. We just couldn't get over it.
Does it take a little out of you when you're that far behind and you keep scratching and clawing, you get close?
We've been like that all season. That's the one thing about the character of these guys. They don't give up. But it's you almost have to play perfect. Obviously, it's disappointing because you feel like, gosh, put some game pressure on them. 6 at home, they just came up for a lot. Like, that's the psychological part of it. You get a little careful, you get a little cautious. And, they're top 5 in the country for a reason. They're very physical. They've got good guard play. They can defend. They can score. And I really believe just at the beginning of the game where you're playing from behind against a team like that is very hard to do.
Your thoughts on your bench? You outscored 37-7 bench production.
I felt like even watching the Washington State game, they did a great job on Isaac Jones and Miles Rice. It was guys like Chinyelu and Huensu, who had 8. Chinyelu had 12. Wells had a great game. And so we knew they did a great job on Keon Brooks today. It made it very difficult for him to score, and I think it opened it up for the other guys. And Nate Calmes came in the game, made some shots. Corey Johnson made some shots. That helped us get back in the game. When you're taking out your best player, your go-to guy, other guys have to step up. I felt like even if it was 10, we had some good looks. We just didn't, knock them down.
Your thoughts, and just kind of explaining the technical that happened out there on the court. What transpired with that?
I just felt like in the first half, again, it was, it's a physical game. There are as physical at every position. Keyshawn Johnson is they're very physical. I felt like a couple of calls that they were, you're fighting for your guys. They're, again, either way, I'm not on the other end, so it's, it usually evens out. But there's a couple things that have through the season, that I just was trying to make them aware. I apologize to them at the game. They have a hard job. They have a hard job. It's a thankless job, and I just said, listen, I apologize for, you get in the moment of the game. We're all human. It was not personal. I was trying to also spark my team.
It seemed like your zone slowed them down some. A little surprised that you guys didn't use it more.
In the second half, first half they scored 52 points. That's where we were playing zone. Second half we just man up, and we were holding them to 30%. And then we went one zone possession, and we didn't come up. And Caleb Love on the third possession hits the 3, and you're like, and that where I go back to self-inflicted wounds. We were breaking down on the things that we talked about, how we had to execute, and that's that gets frustrating a little bit. But we're human. Players are human. You got to be able to execute the scouting report. There's a couple breakdowns tonight, but kept swinging, kept fighting, kept scratching, clawing. We were small for a long period of time with severe, and we were like fighting for rebounds. And our guys battled for sure.
What did you learn about your team during this weekend, getting the split and going back home?
What you learn is we still haven't reached our potential. I think as a coach, you're always trying to you're trying to find that your best game when everybody's flowing and flying, and we haven't hit that yet. It's still first half we couldn't defend them the way it started, but the second half I thought we defended. If we would have had that type of mentality, the first half could have been different. And that's what you're trying to do as a coach. We'll watch this tape, try to learn, move forward. You told these guys last week you only have 9 practices left in your career. But we got to get better. That's what you're trying to do. How do we improve? And that's what we're teaching these guys. And that's one of the biggest life lessons that they can learn too, not just as basketball players, but as people.